Alright, internal temp hit 140. I don't want to leave this on here too much longer. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. Glaze this other side. Alright. Hey everybody, Mike Chavez here once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Alright y'all, today, keeping it simple. So, how simple we going to keep it? Very simple. Got a pork loin, this is a 3.5 pound pork loin, so it's not a whole loin, just a piece of one. So we're going to take this out of the package, we're going to dry it off, we're going to put some rub on it, let it sit for a minute. We're going to put it out on the Char-Griller Auto Kamado at about 350 degrees. We'll bring the internal temp up to about 140, 145. Then we'll put some barbecue sauce on it and we'll slice it up and taste. So y'all stick around. This is going to be easy. You can do it too. Alright, let's do it. Alright, like I said, we're going to keep this pretty simple. So we got the pork loin, got a nice fat cap on one side. I'm going to leave that alone. This is nice and lean inside, so you don't really need to take this up more than 140, 145. So we're going to go ahead and put some mustard on here in the spirit of keeping it simple. Spread it out. Okay, the mustard just for a binder. It really is not going to add a whole lot of flavor. You're not going to taste the mustard flavor, so it's just a binder. You can use whatever you like for a binder, apple juice or anything. Worcestershire sauce. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and rub this down with Kosmo's Honey Killer Bee. Here we go. So this is a thick piece of meat. So go ahead and put it on there pretty thick. Alright, we'll get all sides. The ends. The fat side. Okay, don't be afraid to put this on there because this is a pretty good hunk of meat, nice thick hunk of meat. Alright, so we're going to let this sit here and get happy. Let that rub sweat a bit. And let's go get the grill fired up and we'll get this cooking. Alright, one of the things I really like about Char-Griller Auto Kamado, you can reuse old charcoal. So most of this charcoal in here is from my last cook. So I added a little bit of fresh B&B. Got a tumbleweed. So we're going to fire this tumbleweed up. We're going to let that burn 10-15 minutes. Then we'll go ahead and fire this thing up. I got my power pack hooked up. That's one other thing I like about this. You can hook a power pack up. You get this cord. I get this cord from Amazon. I got it in my Amazon store. So if you can see that, right now the temp's sitting at 92. But we're going to let this fire get going. And we'll fire it up. Back in a few. Alright then, we got a little burn going here. So I'm going to pull these charcoals down. Kind of level them out. Got a couple pieces of pecan wood we're going to put in here. I'll go ahead and use the deflector. Get the cooking rack on. All right, let's fire this thing up. So we'll go ahead and hit the temperature button. We'll kick this up to about 325. Here we go, 325, and hit it. So it wants the vent damper at D2. So the vent damper is at D2. All right, so I'm gonna let this thing come to temperature. And we'll get the loin on. All right, y'all, we're hovering around 330, a little bit more. So let's go ahead. So we got our loin. It's all sweated up, the barbecue rub. So we're gonna go ahead and put a meat stick on this. So we'll get this meat stick all the way in here. There we go. Put our cooker on hold. Get right on there. So we've got our meat stick inserted. Close her down. Take it off hold. All right, so I'm gonna let this thing come up to about 125 or so. Then we'll go ahead and flip it. And like I said, we're gonna let this come up to about 140, 145, then we'll take it off, slice it up, and taste. All right, y'all. This has been on here about an hour. Cooker's holding steady, 325. Tell you what, this cooker holds a good temperature. So, according to the meat stick, we're at about 130. Y'all can see that. Got a little bit of glare on there. So let's see if we need to flip this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on hold. Alright. See what we're looking like. Oh yeah, that looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around a little bit. Let's see. So the meat stick said 130. Let's see what the thermopin says. That's about right. 130, 128. All right. Let's close this down. All right, so actually this thing's coming up to temperature pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glaze on here. I got some Bone Sucking BBQ sauce. Cut it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to go ahead and glaze this up a bit. I'm going to give this about 10 minutes. We'll flip it over and glaze the other side and then let it come to temp. Alright, internal temp hit 140. I don't want to leave this on here too much longer. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. Glaze this other side. We'll take it off, put it in the house, wrap it in foil, let it rest a bit, and then we'll slice it up. All right. All right then, this hit 145. So we brought it on in. Go would like to left it out there a little longer to get that that glaze a little more set, but I didn't really want to get this thing much over 145. So I'm going to pull this meat stick out, wash it. It did its job. Put a little foil over it, kind of loose. Alright, we'll let that rest for about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to slice her up. Alright y'all, this thing's been resting for about 20 minutes or so. Set it up on the cutting board. Alright. So I'm going to try to slice this really thin. Let's see. See how I do. Got my good slicing knife. Alright, come on, focus. Alright, I don't know how much of that you saw. So I got this sliced down. There we go. Nice. So let's give it a taste. Alright y'all, here's my old pork loin. Look at that, sliced nice and thin. It smells really good, y'all. I'm just going to take this whole slice. Y'all ready? There we go. Looking really tasty. Taste! My goodness. Perfectly seasoned. Juicy. Tender. That's why for the pork loin, you want to hit that 145. You take it much past that 145, this will start drying out. Alright, cut this a little bit, a little smaller. A little more. Oh yeah. This is going to make some awesome sandwiches, y'all. So, simple pork loin. Go buy you a pork loin. You can do this on any grill. Season it up. Put it out on your cooker. 300, 330, 350. Keep an eye on it. This cook here took about a little bit over an hour. But watch that internal temp. Internal temp of 140. 145 to finish. And you got yourself something special. Alright. Thanks for watching. There's more videos over here you can check out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Alright everybody. See y'all next time. Bye.